This video is brought to you by REP Gaming Products. Help protect your deck and support the show by picking up a steel deck box from the link down below.
Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. So last week, during our instant deck decks, it was Fist of Suns for Modern that came out on top. So today, we are heading to Modern to see if we can slam some really massive things into play for just 5 mana, 1 mana of each color, with the help of Fists of Suns. So this should be pretty interesting. I have no idea. The deck looks pretty crazy on paper. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. We're going to find out shortly. So, like usual, going to do a super quick 2-minute refresher deck tech, and then jump right into the games. In the meantime, if you haven't already, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second and click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Fists of Suns, starting with the namesake card Fists of Suns. Basically, it's a Joda on an artifact. 3 mana artifact makes it so instead of paying whatever the mana cost of your thing is, you can pay 1 mana of each color instead. So the idea of this deck is to use Fists of Suns along with Thran Temporal Gateway and also Through the Breach as backups to cheat some really big things into play really quickly. The most important part of making Fists of Suns work is making the mana work. Having one of each color. Here, Pentad Prism, really helpful. It's kind of like a pseudo ramp spell, a one-shot ramp spell, but it's really good at filtering our mana to all 5 colors. Play it with 2 different colors of mana, it can make 2 different colors of mana, so it's an easy way to get up to all 5 colors of mana. Combine that with Birds of Paradise, Utopia Sprawl, and Arbor Elf, we have a nice color fixing / ramp package in the deck. So let's assume things go well. We get down Fists of Suns, we have our mana working. What are we trying to put into play with Fists of Suns? And the 2 big ones here are Emrakul the Eon's Torn and also one Emrakul the Promised End. So the key part of Fists of Suns is, unlike some of the other options for cheating big things into play, Goryo's Vengeance, Through the Breach, with Fists of Suns, you're actually casting it. So we get to cast Emrakul the Eon's Torn for 5 mana, get an extra turn, get a massive annihilating flyer. When we cast Emrakul the Promised End, we are getting the steal your opponent's turn trigger. So that's the big upside of Fists of Suns. We also have Nicol Bolas Planeswalker, Ugin the Spirit Dragon, which you're not getting as big of a mana discount, but still, playing a 8 mana Planeswalker for 5 mana with Fists of Suns is a pretty sweet deal. Plus, these cards are historic, so we can put them into play with Thran's Temporal Gateway as well. Finally, we have Primeval Titan Wormcoil Engine. These are finishers that we can also ramp into. We can't just play Pentad Prisms, play our Birds of Paradise, Arbor Elves, cast these without any shenanigans from Fists of Suns. Plus, I mean, we still do get a discount if we have Fists of Suns going as well, and they're pretty powerful. Otherwise, Ancient Stirrings, Fabricate, dig through our deck to find Fists of Suns in our finisher, Serum Vision, set things up in the early game, mana base, a ton of fetch lands, a ton of shock lands, all of them green, a couple of basic lands. In the sideboard, we get more Through the Breaches as a backup way to sneak things into play, especially if our opponents bring in Artifact, hey, Ancient Grudge, stuff like that. Through the Breaches are a way to kind of counter that. Spellskite, Defense Grid, Dispel, always to force through our combo pieces. Defense Grid, stopping counters, same with Dispel. Spellskite can eat an Ancient Grudge or another removal spell. Thragtusk for aggro, Anger the Gods, and Engineered Explosive gives us sweepers. For graveyards, Grafdigger's Cage, Nihil Spellbomb, Nature's Claim to deal with artifacts and enchantments. And that is Fist of Suns for Modern. And that's our Much Abrew deck for this week. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Alright, Much Abrew About Nothing time. We are, oh my goodness, we are super close. We are trying to Fist of Suns in Modern, and we're going to keep this. This hand is really close to our ideal draw. So, all right, let's think this through. Blue, red, white, black, green. So I think what we do is Temple Garden, untapped, Utopia Sprawl on black. This lets us Fists of Suns next turn, and then we're a land away from Emrakul. Ooh, there goes Fists of Suns. All right. Well, we just got to find a backup. I mean, I assume they 100% take Fists of Suns, because that's very close to just killing them. I guess if they have, like, Assassin's Trophy, they could take... Yeah, they take Fists of Suns. If they had, like, Assassin's Trophy, maybe they could take Serum Visions, but... Alright, so this slows us down. Now we need to find another Fist of Suns, Through the Breach, Thran's Temporal Gateway, one of those things. Opponent passes. Primeval Titan. Well, Breeding Pool, untapped. And Serum Visions. Bottom. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. This is actually a tough one. We drew another Utopia Sprawl, so we're actually close to Primeval Titan mana. Or we just go bottom and try to hit something that makes us win next turn? Yeah, we're going to go bottom. Utopia Sprawl. We're going to split it up because of our opponent's disruption. On black. 1, 2, 3, 4. On black. All right. Pass the turn. Well, if we draw Through the Breach, we win. Fist of Suns is good. Should we have not named black? We should have probably not named black because of Fist of Suns. Well, we'll see. Opponent cracks. The mana is tricky in this deck. Dark Confidant. Come on, deck. Give us something good here. Opponent passes. Well, Stomping Grounds. Tapped. All right, pass the turn. So next turn we can get down Primeval Titan. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Opponent gets another Dark Confidant. Thoughtseize on Primeval Titan would be annoying. And we are hurting ourselves a bit. We're down to 16, 14, 12. Opponent gets it with Dark Confidant. Yup. Down to 14. Tap land. Tarmogoyf. Well, okay. Let's Breeding Pool. Untapped. Primeval Titan. Get... Fetch lands cost life, but they do thin our deck. Let's take non-fetch lands. Let's go... Stomping Grounds, Breeding Pool. Pass the turn. Now we're to the point where if we draw Hissing Quagmire for our opponent, if we draw a Fist of Suns, we can actually cast it and Emrakul in the same turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we have just enough mana. Oh, man. This deck it's interesting. We have so many insane draws and so many bad draws. Like, we could just draw random mana. Pentad Prisms, Birds of Paradise. We got a lot of random mana. But then we just have some absurd haymakers. Stuff that just literally Thran's Temporal Gateway, Fist of Suns, Wormcoil's good, Nicol Bolas. There's so many cards that are great. Gonna be some exciting draw steps, that's for sure. If our opponent can kill Primeval Titan, we're taking a lot of damage. Okay, Nile Spellbomb. That does not kill Primeval Titan. Cracks it. Draws. Huh. Seems surprisingly desperate for our opponent being in a good position. And it shrinks their Goyf? I guess it doesn't. Alright, what do you got, opponent? We can always play a Birds on chump blocking duty. I think it's technically possible we could hardcast Emrakul. It's just not very likely. we have 18 lads and opponent scoops it up. What was our top deck? Oh, it was Thran's Temporal Gateway. Oh, we would have had Emrakul. Okay. That went pretty well. So our opponent is playing Jund. What do we even want against Jund? I feel like a lot of our stuff is naturally, green-black. I feel like a lot of our stuff is just naturally good against our opponent. Okay. Explosives, no. Spellskite, probably not. Defense Grid, no. Nile Spellbound, Graphickers, Jade Nature. So cards we're interested in. Thragtusk and Through the Breach are the main ones. Our opponent likely does have ways to kill Fists of Suns. Fabricate. So maybe we go down the Fabricate. go down Thran's Temporal Gateway, go up through the breaches, go up Thragtusk, and we gotta make one more cut. Huh. What's our last cut? Huh. Yeah, let's go down one more fist. Well, how many of those can we actually cut? I'm worried about all the disruption our opponent could have. Let's just go down to Emrakul, the Promised End. Try it like that. See what this hand looks like. Oh, we were so close to the Fist of Suns kill, but we still got the win. Okay. This hand's fine. I mean, we're light on mana, but we have lots of ramp. Marshflats for our opponent. Passes. Now let's just Forest Utopia Sprawl. So technically, normally the right play is play Arbor Elf first, because then we're going to put this on blue. Normally it's correct to play Arbor Elf first, because then next turn we have a unsummoning sick Arbor Elf, but against green-black with so much removal, and because we only have one land, we want to maximize our chances of having 2 mana next turn. So we're going to take a slightly slower plan that more or less guarantees we get to hit another land drop next turn with Certain Visions plus something. Dark Confidant. Opponent passes. Now let's see what we draw. Another Breach. And let's Ancient Stirrings. Take Stomping Grounds. I think we have to take the mana here. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Pentad Prism. Now we're at a point where just top decking an Emrakul should win us the game. Opponent, Maelstrom Pulse, okay. Well, that can hit our Pentad Prism. Verdant Catacombs cracks it. Swamp. We do need to find something big. They probably gotta just kill Pentad Prism. Fulminator. Interesting. Alright, blows up our Stomping Grounds. Gets it. Sure. Down to 16. Wow, that was close. Well, let's Serum Visions. Put on bottom. Put on top. Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Oh, man. We are very close to going off with Emrakul. Opponent gets a land. We are so close to the Annihilation win. What do you got, opponent? They need to kill Arbor Elf and Pentad Prism. Or hit us with a bunch of discard. Liliana, okay. Takes down on Arbor Elf, sure. Opponent, oh, is this game? This should be game. Gets in with Bob. Down to 14. Passes. Okay. Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Grab a Stomping Grounds. Untapped. And, yeah, let's Through the Breach. Through the Breach. Emrakul. Attack you. And take that! Take that green-black! Fist of Suns! Off to a pretty good start. Whoa! We just kind of stomped green-black into the ground. Well, we will take it. So, hey, much Abrew about nothing time. We are Fist in the Suns in Modern. And this hand's pretty good. We don't have Fist of Suns, but we have a million Ancient Stirrings. We have an Arbor Elf. Worst case, we can try to ramp into Primeval Titan. So it seems relatively fine. Bloodstained Mire. Cracks it. What are we up against? Swamp. And, well, we did want that Arbor Elf. Opponent takes Arbor Elf. Yeah, it makes sense. Passes. Well, there's an Emrakul. Let's Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Grab a Forest. Ancient Stirrings. I think we need a land more than we need Thran's Temporal Gateway, especially since we have this Fabricate. So as long as we hit our land drops, eventually we can tutor up a way to put Emrakul into play. Yeah, Inquisition. Opponent. Bloodstained Mire. Opponent passes. Well, Breeding Pool. Tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks. And we're off to a bit of a slow start. These discard spells definitely slowed us down a bit. Yeah, Blood Crypt for our opponent. Looks like Jund, perhaps. Yep. Raging Ravine. So definitely Jund. We get Serum Visions. Alright, let's Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Fabricate. This is interesting. So we can take Thran's Temporal Gateway, play that next turn, hopefully Emrakul the following turn. We can also take Fists of Suns and play that and also Serum Visions next turn to try to hit a... to try to hit a fetch land to have 5 colors for all of our stuff. Wormcoil would be great in this matchup, but we're a ways away from casting it, and we already have big stuff. Yeah, alright, take Fist of Suns. I mean, the downside of Fist of Suns is if our opponent has another Inquisition, we get got. But they've already spent 2. And hopefully our odds of hitting a land are pretty high. Opponent, untaps. And this also lets us Primeval Titan, which is a big upside over Thran's Temporal Gateway. Overgrown Tomb, tapped. Opponent, I feel a Kolaghan's Command coming on. This is Kolaghan's Command mana. Well, let's Wooded Foothills, crack it. Grab a Overgrown Tomb, untapped, down to 14. Serum Visions. Another Emrakul. Awkward, awkward, awkward. Bottom. Play Fist of Suns. Pass the turn. Well, we're a little Emrakul flooded. Do they have the Kolaghan's Command? Yeah, they do. Alright, so we discard Emrakul. Shuffle in a bunch of stuff that is pretty fine. We have some pretty live draws here. Through the Breaches, such a sweet draw. And I guess we need a land too. Raging Ravine. Opponent passes. Well, okay. Fists of Suns. Birds of Paradise. If they have another Kolaghan's Command, it's very bad. Pass the turn. We're so close. We're so close to the Fist of Suns. What do you got, opponent? Okay. Assassin's Trophy is not that bad. We have a basic land left. This means if Birds lives, at least we get to just slam a Primeval Titan. Alright. Well, it doesn't live. Well, now if we draw land, we get to slam Primeval Titan. And Primeval Titan would be very good. Opponent. Is it Raging Ravine time? Yup. Here comes Raging Ravine. Gonna hit us. This is a big turn. Big turn. Big draw incoming. Yup. Raging Ravine down to 10. Overgrown Tomb tapped. We draw. Alright, well, Breeding Pool untapped. This is painful, but we get down a blocker. Primeval Titan. Grab Temple Garden and Overgrown Tomb. Pass the turn. Oh, come on, Fist of Suns. Fist of Suns for the Emrakul win. We can't be disrupted now. We have 8 mana. So if we draw it and resolve it... what's our opponent got? 3 mana, 4 mana. Bloodbraid into... Alright, a dead Fatal Push. Alright, deck. This is the time. Thran's Temporal Gateway, Fist of Suds, any of that stuff. Opponent's out of cards. Just Primeval Titan is not enough, though. Serum Visions. Alright. Serum Visions. This is interesting. Arbor Elf bottom. Nicol Bolas. Do we keep it, or do we just Ancient Stirrings to try to hit some immediate value? We can just cast Nicol Bolas next turn. So this turn, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're dead to a removal spell on Primeval Titan. Yeah, I think we bottom. I think we bottom in Ancient Stirrings. Even just like a Worm Coil would be good. Well, that's Fist of Suns. Okay, Moment of Truth. Do we get one more turn? Pass the turn, stay on defense, whiff, one more time. Opponent. Tapping. Bloodbraid into Dark Confidant. Okay. Yup. I think we're good. Because we get the extra turn off this Emrakul. Wow. Fist of Suds coming through. Whew. Thank goodness. Opponent. Passing. Windswept Teeth. Well, attack with Primeval Titan. Grab a couple lands. Thin the deck. Breeding Pool and Stomping Grounds. Opponent. Takes it. Oh, that's game. We got there. Our opponent doesn't know about the Emrakul. So now we just play Fist of Suds. Emrakul with Fist of Suds. Whoo! And it came through. Emrakul, extra turn. Yup. Adept. Sure. And there's no blocking Emrakul. Go attacking. Extra turn. Annihilate and win. Opponent scoops it up. Fist of Suds. Getting the job done. Whew. Okay. That was good. So our opponent's playing Jund. I think we want to go up through the breaches. Go down stuff that dies to Assassin's Trophy. That is kind of a weakness of Fist of Suns. And also Thran's Temporal Gateway. And then Thragtusk also seems pretty good. Just ramping into Thragtusk, gumming up the battlefield, seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, let's go down one Fist of Suns. So we're a little less likely to Fist of Suns, but we're also less likely to get blown out by Assassin's Trophy. Actually, maybe we go down Emrakul. Yeah, let's go down Little Emrakul and keep the Fist of Suns. Yeah, run it like that. Seems fine. Okay. Please no Assassin's Trophy on our Overgrown Tomb. Vern Catacombs. Cracks it. Boy, that's a lot of Utopia Sprawls. Swamp for our opponent. Thoughtseize. Yeah, Assassin's Trophy's annoyingly good against us. Especially this hand. Oh, you're gonna get like quad Stone Rained. Takes through the breach. Opponent. Passes. Well, Overgrown Tomb, untapped. Run out, Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Even just a fetch land so we can go in on a basic so we don't get hit by Fulminator Mage, that would be helpful. Tarmogoyf. Well, I guess we're going in on this Overgrown Tomb and hoping for the best. Overgrown Tomb. Well, Overgrown Tomb, untapped. Utopia Sprawl. On... green. Tap it. Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Utopia Sprawl. Oh boy. Assassin's Trophy's so bad. On red. Untap it. Fist of Suds. Alright, pass the turn. Pass the turn. Please no Assassin's Trophy. Even just... if we could just untap... oh man. Kolaghan's Command's really bad too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess if they Kolaghan's Command, kill, destroy... we'll see. Oh, there's some things that just absolutely lose us the game this turn. Blood Crypt. Untapped. Something bad happening. What is a bad thing? It's so risky. Oh, it's so risky. We technically don't have 5 colors. Bone it. Alright. Blows it up. Well, top deck. Top deck. There goes our Primeval Titan. We need to draw something. Surgicals. Okay, well, there goes the other Primeval Titan. So what do we want? Thragtusk, Wurmcoil Engine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Either of our Planeswalkers? Emrakul does not get the job done. Or redraws. Ancient Stirrings, anything like that would be helpful. We have mana, but we got not much else. Oh, come on, deck. Magic Gods, Fist of Suds. You could do it. Give us a good draw here. Gets in with Tarmogoyf. Yup. Uh-huh. Down to 12. Oh, come on. Come on, deck. All right. All right. Ugin. Huh. What do we do with Ugin? If we exile Tarmogoyf, we lose. All right, so I guess we just Lightning Bolt the face? Ugin is not as good as I was hoping. If we tick down, we lose all of our mana. We're down to 2 lands. Awkward. Opponent. Liliana. Okay. Ticks up. Okay. Is this just a race? What is this match? What is... This is such a weird position to be in. Discards a Raging Ravine. Opponent. Hits Ugin. Okay. Wurmcoil would be our best draw. Arbor Elf. Well, I mean, Ugin our opponent's face. Playing Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Maybe we can just chump block until Ugin finishes our opponent off. It's two more lightning bolts, does it? Oh, this deck. The strangest Ugin. Alright. Sacrifice an Arbor Elf. Grow the Goyf. Okay. Well, now we probably are going to have to exile everything. And then hope that Ugin could take it down from there. Oh, Wurmcoil would be so good. Wurmcoil before we get rid of all of our mana. I guess we're going to have to chump block with Arbor Elf, though. Opponent attacks. Well, we will chump block. Ugin stays at 7. Bloodstained Mire. Opponent passes. Well, Prism's not bad. So Prism X2. Ugin. This does cost us a lot of mana. Yeah, I think... Actually, do we even care about Liliana? I don't know if we do. Yeah, let's just exile the Goyfs. Alright. Yeah, let's get Liliana too. X3. Pentad Risen was not a bad draw. Alright. Well, do some whiffing, opponent. We need to tick up Ugin 2 more times. We're down to 4 mana. Opponent cracks down to 5. Grabs a... Stomping Grounds, tapped, yep. Oh man, this is so close. Bloodbraid Elf is... Or something to kill Ugin. Those are the 2 cards we're worried about. Opponent, passing. Well, Ugin your face. Breeding Pool, tapped. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent. Can you kill the Ugin? Opponent. Whoa. Whoa! They top decked it! The turn before Death and Destruction. Well, let's Ancient Stirrings. Take Fist of Suns. Play Fist of Suns. Pass the turn. Opponent. Oh, I can't believe they top deck that. Twilight Mire passes. Come on, something big. That does it. That does it. That's Emrakul. White, red, green, blue, black. Sorry, opponent. The luck of the Fist of Suns is with us today. Emrakul. Extra turn. Oh my goodness. I thought they were going to come back after they found the Assassin's Trophy. But Fist of Suns getting it done. Whew, maybe this deck works. Maybe it actually works. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. All right, much brew about nothing time. We are playing some Fists of Suns. Fist of the Sun in Modern. And, yeah, we'll keep this. I mean, basically we're working towards a Through the Breach, I win. So, Misty Rainforest, crack it. Breeding Pool. Untapped. And Birds of Paradise. Next turn, we can Ancient Stirrings and Serum Visions. And, I mean, we got a plan. We have a plan. Flooded Strand. Well, that's annoying. Emrakul. Well, step 1, Ancient Stirrings. Take a... Misty Rainforest. Step 2... yeah, we're not going to crack the fetch. Serum Visions. Temple Garden. Bottom. We'll keep Birds of Paradise. Play Misty Rainforest. Pass the turn. In theory, Misty gets us to this Through the Breach quicker. And, I mean, that's our plan. That's what we're working on. That's what we're trying to do. Opponent gets a Flooded Strand. Or cracks Flooded Strand. Gets an island. The challenge is going to be finding a window to slip it through counters. Opponent opts. Yup. Untaps. Sulfur Falls. And... Thing in the Ice. Oh, well, maybe we don't have to worry as much about counters. Draw Birds of Paradise. Play Birds of Paradise. Play Misty Rainforest. Pass the turn. Well, alright, opponent. Let us win next turn. That is my request. This deck usually can't play too many counters in the main deck. Ops. I guess they could flip Thing in the Ice, and that would set us pretty far back. If they have, like, Manamorphoses and Gut Shots and whatnot. A Braid. Oh, man. Land. Land. Land to win the game. We're not cracking these fetches. Land? Okay. Misty Rainforest. Crack it. This should do it. So get a Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Verdant Catacombs. Get a Forest. Misty. Get a Forest. Through the Breach. Emrakul. Annihilate you. And opponent scoops it up? Oh, technically they weren't dead, but the annihilation is enough. And that was good. That was good. That was very, very good. Oh, sometimes we just kill people. Sometimes they just die. They just die. Alright. What disruption should we be aware of? Like, how many counters can this deck bring in is the big question. I don't know if it's that many, really. Wormcoil's only so-so. Yeah, I am not sure the best way to sideboard in this matchup. We're also not 100% sure if they're playing... we're not sure what they're playing. It could be more like a combo-y Arclight Phoenix deck. It could be a control deck. There's a lot of decks playing Thing in the Ice right now. So I think Thragtusk is good. Probably better than Wormcoil Engine. Oh, I wish I knew. Grafdigger's Cage is probably good. Nile Spellbomb is probably fine. Maybe Dispel? Go down Fabricate. Go down Little Emrakul? I don't know about the defense grids. We could go down Thran's Temporal Gateway, too. For a Through the Breach? Huh. I don't know. Alright, let's try it like that. Until we see more of what our opponent's doing. We killed our opponent too quickly. All we saw was Thing in the Ice opt in a Braid. Okay. This hand's fine. Grafdigger's Cage could be nice. Flooded Strand, opponent cracks it. It really depends on the build they're playing. Gets an island. Serum Vision. Yep, opponent passing. Well, Verdant Catacombs. Get a forest. And Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Opponent. We'll see how this game goes. If we don't win, we can always change things up for next game. Alright, Lightning Bolts our Arbor Elf. And passes. Well, Stomping Grounds, untapped. Utopia Sprawl. On blue. Serum Visions. Oh, there's, well, Fist of Suns can work here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, Breeding Pool bottom. Fist of Suns top. Grafdigger's Cage. Pass the turn. Scalding Tarn. Opponent passes. Well, play Birds of Paradise. Opponent cracks. Steam Vents tapped. Oh, okay. Alright, so it is control. Well, Stomping Grounds untapped. Run out Fist of Suns. Pass the turn. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. We'll see what happens. We definitely want different sideboard plan. Now that we know what our opponent's doing. Opponent. Cryptics are land. Okay. I'll play the forest. Utopia Sprawl on blue. Pentad Prism. Well, I mean, this is it. If we untap with this setup, we Emrakul and win. Presumably. Opponent. Oh, we're so close. Even with our mis-sideboarding. What do you got, opponent? Show us a Crackling Drake. We'd like a Crackling Drake. Or just run out of Arclight Phoenix. Something like that. Something like that, please. Cryptic. Oh. Okay, we win. We should win. Oh, we win. We win! Oh! Opponent couldn't resist bouncing the land. And that's game. Opponent passes. We play the forest. Oh, no. We green, red, we don't win. Oh, that's unfortunate. Green, red, red. Yeah, we're missing a color of mana. Alright. Ancient Stirrings. Fist of Suns. Play the forest. Wow, there wasn't even a fetch land in there. That's the worst. I thought we had it, but we didn't. Found it. Passes. We untap. Fetch land? Oh no. Something else? Oh, they're not making this easy. Tapping, untapping. Vendilion Click? Oh my god. Oh my god almighty. Oh my goodness. Click. Arbor Elf. We can't hit the right colors of mana! We can't do it! We can't do it! Oh, well, I guess that's a downside of relying on Fist of Suns. We just cannot get our mana right, no matter how hard we try. Thing in the Ice for our opponent. Gets in with Vendilion Click. Okay. Down to 12. passes. Red? Green? Oh, we still can't do it. Well, okay. Physicians. Oh, this is the worst. This is the worst. Well, we won game 1 too early, so we didn't know our opponent was blue-red control and not blue-red Phoenix. And now, for the life of us, we cannot hit a fetch land. Opponent remands, and I think, yeah, this should be game. If our opponent can flip Thing in the Ice, it should be enough to kill us. Scalding Tarn cracks it. Wow. I was so excited a minute ago. I thought we had it, but our mana just will not line up. Cryptic, going to bounce Pentad Prism. Okay. Puts us even further away from... Yeah, that just does it. All right. Well, that is one of the most depressing losses. Wow. That was the worst. Okay, so we're bringing in Defense Grid. We are going down Grafdigger's Cage, which apparently does nothing. We're going down Nile's Spellbomb, which apparently also does not much. So we bring in Defense Grids. Yeah, run it like that. Run it like that. Man, we were so close. I cannot believe how close we were that entire game. Well, I guess it's good. We don't want to make it look like there's no downside to playing 5 colors of jank. And we definitely got to see the downside that game. Well, we got the all-mana hand. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Utopia Sprawl. On Stomping Grounds. On green. Pass the turn. Scalding Tarn for our opponent. Passes. So step 1, Ancient Stirrings. Take a Windswept. Take Verdant Catacombs. Put everything else to the bottom. Arbor Elf. Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Get a Breeding Pool. Untapped. Arbor Elf. Opponent cracks. Island. And ups. Well, mana's doing good. We got no payoffs, but our mana production is doing well. Sulfur falls for our opponent. And passes. Let's Pentad Prism. Untap. Pentad Prism. Utopia Sprawl. On black. Get in with Arbor Elf. And pass the turn. Maybe we can just hardcast an Emrakul. We really needed that game 2 win. Abraid's one of our prisms. Okay. Opponent. Island. And passing. Well, let's see what we find. Opponent's got the draw step stop set. Oh, Lord Almighty. Alright. Vendilion Click. The mana's doing good. The mana's doing good. But that's about all that our deck is doing at the moment. Oh, we're so good at making mana. Please, redraw that prism. Amazingly, is our opponent going to surgical the prism? 3, 6, 7. Wait. 3, 6, 9. 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright. We actually have enough mana that we could hardcast an Emrakul if we drew it. That does not seem likely, but that's a thing that we could do. Assuming our opponent doesn't have Cryptic or something. Opponent passes. Emrakul? Nope. Well, Temple Garden. Tapped. Get in there. I guess we can Arbor Elf race. Pass the turn. Ugh. All the mana, but nothing to do with it. Opponent. Crack Scalding Tarn. Island. Ops. Yep. Untaps. Island. Ops. To the top. Yep. Gets in with Vendilion Click. Come on. One time. No Cryptic. Emrakul off the top. It would be so sweet. It would be so sweet. Defense grid. Opponent remands. Well, you know what? Defense grid. And a negate. Well, get in there. We might just be straight up dead, though. Hit our opponent. Breeding pool, pass. Alright. What do you got, opponent? Steam vents. Yup. I'm feeling bolt, we lose. Well, this has been awkward. We have just literally drawn 100% the mana side of our deck and 0% the anything outside of our deck. What do you got, opponent? Are we dead? Snapcaster. For a Braid. A Braid's an Arbor Elf. If we draw Emrakul now and we're 1 mana short, I'm gonna cry. Well, Serum Visions. Redraw. Opponent. Yeah, alright. Wow. Okay, well, pass the turn. Yeah, I think it's just over now. Oh, boy, that game 2. The game 2 was the one we really needed to win. Oh, we were so close. Loot house, opponent, attacks. Yeah, there's not much difference between 1 and 3 in the world of lightning bolts. Down to 1. Opponent passes. We draw. Opponent likes their upkeep stops. Wow. Birds of Paradise. Well, I mean, I guess we can double chump and stay alive. I don't think there's an out, though. Opponent. Logic not. I mean, okay, we'll dispel. It doesn't... I don't think this changes anything. Because we double chump, but then... What? I don't know what we could even draw. And we don't have a dispel anymore. Opponent. Untaps. Alright, there's the Abrade, and that does it. Oh! That's gonna be the bad beat. That's gonna be the bad beat. That's gonna be the bad beat of the league. Wow, that was... yikes. Alright. On to the next one. I mean, game 3, we just saw our deck perform really poorly. We literally just drew all mana. We kept a mana-heavy hand where it was all mana, but we were thinking, oh, well, we'll have all of our ramp, and then we were literally on turn 4, we had 15 mana. If we had drawn anything big, even at Emrakul, we could have cast it. The brutal one was game 2, where I guess it's just the downside of a 5-color deck. We managed to draw 2 of the same shock land, which was a little bit unfortunate, and then we drew our basic land, and we just could not get our Fist of the Sun. We could not cast anything, even though we had the winning Emrakul in hand. So, interesting. Well, I guess it's good to see, after just stomping people in the first 2 rounds, it's good to see the inconsistency of the deck and where things can go wrong. All right, much brew about nothing time. We are Fist of Sunzing in Modern, and we'll keep this. We have our Emrakul. We have 2 cantrip effects. So we basically just need to find a way to sneak Emrakul into play. Flameblade Adept. Interesting. Well, Windswept Teeth, crack it. Grab a Forest. Ancient Stirring. Take Fist of Suns. Wow. 2 Stirrings, Utopia Sprawl, Arbor Elf to the bottom. All right, pass the turn. Well, if we live long enough, this does do it. I guess our dream scenario was to draw ramp, so we can Emrakul a turn early off Fist of Suns. Hollow One should not be able to interact with it. The problem is we also cannot interact with Hollow One, so if they just kill us really quickly, we're in trouble. Ooh, no land pass. That's good news. Well, Verdant Catacombs, crack Verdant Catacombs. We are going to shock ourselves here. Get a Breeding Pool, untapped. Serum Visions. Birds of Paradise, Emrakul, Utopia Sprawl. Well, Emrakul 2 to the bottom. Utopia Sprawl to the top. Play Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Oh, we are actually really close. Opponent. Gonna get in. Oh, I think we have this. Gets in for 1. Yup. Down to 13. So now we Utopia Sprawl on white. tap it, untap it, tap it, Fists of Suns, Birds of Paradise, Wooded Foothills, pass the turn, and I mean, I guess our opponent kills us or makes us discard this Emrakul. I guess the worst outcome here is probably Burning Inquiry. Okay, that's fine. Goblin Lore is fine. Opponent grows the dorks, yup, but I mean, this is just, it's game. It's just game, straight up. Okay, so we take 4, we take 5, but we get to just we get to Fist of Suns, so hardcast to Emrakul, down to 8, crack Wooded Foothills, grab a Stomping Grounds, untap, and a Worm Coil. Well, step 1, 5-mana Emrakul, thank you. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Get in with Arbor Elf. Opponent to 15, extra turn, and it just so happens the Emrakul is a 15/15. Annihilate you? Game? Well, we benefited from our opponent missing their land drops. They kept a 1-lander and didn't get there, but that was still a pretty good performance for our deck. Okay. Hollow One. What do we want against Hollow One? Cards we're interested in, Anger of the Gods, is good against all the non-Hollow One creatures. Through the Breach, to deal with Ancient Grudges. Grafdigger's Cage is reasonable. Nile Spellbomb is reasonable. Engineer Explosives is okay. Thragtusk is actually pretty good. That's a lot of cuts. So go down Thran's Temporal Gateway. Go down Fabricate. Go down Ugin. Go down Little Emrakul. Maybe we go down Nicol Bolas too? Yeah, go down Nicol Bolas, especially without Thran's Temporal Gateway. 2 more cuts. Nature's Claim is also fine-ish, but I don't know if we really want to fight the Hollow One battle. Maybe we go down like 1 Fists of Suns and 1 Birds of Paradise. Yeah, try it like that. We are on the draw. Let's see what kind of hand we get here. This deck is pretty good a decent percentage of the time. Ooh. Okay. I mean, we're going to keep this. Finding a dual land would be nice. A dual land allows us to start generating different colors of mana with Arbor Elf. Burning Inquiry. Well, there goes our Grafdigger's Cage. Opponent passes. Well, Forest, Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Well, with this hand, maybe we can just ramp into Primeval Titan. Grafdigger's Cage would have been good, but we can survive without it, hopefully. Opponent, Wooded Foothills, cracks it. Blood Crypt. Goblin Lore. Oh, so much looting. There's a Flame Wake. Did they find a Hollow One? No. Looks like no. Alright, opponent passes. Well, play Arbor Elf. Play Breeding Pool. Tapped. Get in for 1 with Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. Bloodstained Mire. Burning Inquiry. Well, okay. We discard Emrakul. It shuffles back in. That's a lot of Flamewake Phoenixes. Hollow One. Well, here they come. We are getting beaten down in the air by a lot of Flamewakes. Yup. They have, 2 Flamewakes. Flamewake 1. Flamewake 2. So we take our beats down to 16. Untap. Now what? So much damage. I think we have to Pentad Prism. Overgrown Tomb, untapped. Untap a land, tap it. Untap a land, tap it. Play Fist of Suns. Alright, we take our beads for 8 down to 6. We're not in a great place. Oh, opponent found it at the perfect time. Perfect time, and they didn't even discard it. Opponent. Faithless Looting. The problem is we're dead to like a lightning bolt. Here comes a Bloodghast. It's not hasty. Opponent. Gonna get in for 8. Yep. Well, come on, no bolts. Opponent passes. We will... If we hit a Emrakul, do we crack Misty? I guess it very slightly improves our odds. Yeah, Misty. We don't crack it. Ancient Stirrings. Alright, mostly a whiff. We take Pentad Prism. White, red, black, blue. White, red, black, blue, green. Cast a Worm Coil. Well, we'll see. We're dead to a Lightning Bolt. Pass the turn. Yep. Opponent cracks. Do they have a bolt? Stomping Grounds. Tapped. Opponent. Burning Inquiry. Oh, they spun us into an Emrakul. Well, they better kill us here. Oh, man. This is so close. Combat. Attacks. Gets in. Yeah, we drop to 2. Oh. Wow. The luck of the Burning Inquiry. Whoa. Whoa. That was some really good Burning Inquiry luck. All right, well, on to game 3. Man, opponent spun it to 1 it. Jeez. They spun into the hollow one, and then they spun into the lightning bolt. Well, I mean, that's why you play random drawn discard, to hope you get incredibly lucky and get a win. Okay. This hand has some potential. So, let's just Breeding Pool, untapped, Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. Pentad Prism, I think, is our best draw. Blood Crypt. Thoughtseize. Alright, well, I can take our Through the Breach. That does slow us down. Quite a bit. Yup. Through the Breach down. Opponent passes. Misty Rainforest. Crack. Does it even matter? They shouldn't be able to blow up our lands. You never know. Blue, green, white. Yeah, let's play it safe. Crack Misty. Get a forest. Utopia Sprawl. On red. Pass the turn. Man, that Through the Breach would have been turn 3 win. Opponent. What do you got? Breach. Breach off the top. It would be so good. Faithless Looting. Well, let's see if they can hollow one us. Discards Bloodghast Looting. Gets back Bloodghast. And Thoughtseize. Good God. Give us a Through the Breach. Just for max punishment. Opponent passes. Play the Prism. Play the Temple Garden. Alright. We gotta draw something. These Thoughtseizes are picking us apart. Thankfully, our opponent is not off to the super fast start at the moment. Although, as we saw last time, with the help of random looting effects, they can all of a sudden just go crazy. Random drawn discard. Did they win the Hollow One lottery? Ooh, no? Not yet? Well, we'll see. Opponent. Gets it. Down to 15. Land. Passes. Come on, deck. You can do it. Okay. Prism. Well, pass the turn. Opponent cracks. This has been brutal. Stomping Grounds tapped. Now if we draw Fist of Sun, we can immediately Emrakul. So Fist of Sun is great. Great. Oh boy. Burning Inquiry. Really? So we trade our Emrakul for a Pentad Prism. Opponent managed to keep their hollow one in hand. Man. What an infuriating way to lose. Here comes a Flamewake Phoenix. Yeah, opponent gets it back. Hits us down to 11. Oh, dear. Yeah, sure. Oh, the luck of Hollow One. Why? Why do they discard so perfectly every time? Oh, Oh, I see. They discarded Land Lightning Bolt and kept Hollow One Tasigur. I see. Well, we passed the turn. And most likely just lose. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, pass. All right, so we have to top deck Emrakul. That's it. That is 100% of it. Man, oh, it's gonna go down as another loss. This one's so frustrating. Opponent goes to combat, attacks. If they have another lightning bolt, then we just witnessed the best Burning Inquiry in the history of Magic. Down to 3. Ancient. Wow. This is the most absurd running. It cannot be better. And that's game. Wow. Okay. Well, done. That's game. Oh, my mind is boggling at the unfortunateness of what just happened. Wow. I almost wonder, maybe there's a bug. Maybe Burning Inquiry is not random for our opponent, and they get to choose what cards to discard. Because the cards they kept are the ones they would have chose consistently every time. All right, well, yikes. All right, much brew about nothing time. We are playing some Fists of Suns in Modern, and okay, we'll try this. This is an interesting hand. We'll see how it works. We have lots of Fists of Suns. We do have a Pentad Prism. So we have all of our... That's a weird border on Thran's Temporal Gateway. Wow. Something bad is happening. No one just knowingly passes their turn for no reason. Something very degenerate is about to happen. Grizzlebrand. Mo Breeding Pool, untapped. Okay, so I'm guessing we're dead. Run out, Pentad Prism. Yeah, you never want to see your opponent intentionally skip their turn and discard to hand size. It usually means you're dying the next turn. Okay. It does mean we're dying the next turn. Goryo's Vengeance, Grizzlebrand, draws. Well, sometimes you lose on turn 2, draws. Nourishing Shoal, up to 17, draws. Draws. Nourishing Shoal, up to 14, draws. Attacks, draws. Spirit Guide, exiled. Spirit Guide exiled. Desperate Ritual. Opponent has drawn 51 cards on turn number 2. Desperate Ritual. So they are, I believe, guaranteed to win. Faithless Looting. So 55 cards drawn here on turn 2. Borborygmos, okay. And that officially... Well, I'll let them show it. In case you've never seen this before. They're just going to reanimate Borborygmos and then throw lands at our face. Yep, there's Borborygmos, and yeah, that's game. Well, Modern boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So we can bring in Dispel. We can bring in Grafdigger's Cage and Nile's Spellbomb. We'll bring in the Through the Breaches. We need to be fast. We're going to go down Nicol Bolas. We're going to go down Ugin. We're going to go down Thran's Temporal Gateway. We're going to go down the Little Emrakul. And probably a Worm Coil. Like, gaining incidental life does nothing in this matchup. Our one and only goal is to jank our opponent out before they jank us out. All right. Well, run it like that. Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. When Grizzlebrand has their nut draw, there's not much any deck in the format can do about it, especially in game 1. All right, we're on the play. I mean, this is a reasonable hand. We're going to keep it. We can't not keep it. Misty Rainforest, crack Misty Rainforest. Grab a Stomping Grounds. And Ancient Stirrings. Take Fist of Suns. Pass the turn. Well, we'll see how fast of a start our opponent's off to. Opponent Scryland. We wouldn't mind finding some graveyard hate. That's the thing we're mostly missing. Well, Utopia red, white, green, blue, black. Alright, so Utopia Sprawl. On white. Play Breeding Pool. Tapped. Pass the turn. So we have a turn 4 kill. The question is whether we're alive on turn 4 to kill. Steam Vents. Untapped. Search for Skanta. Okay. Opponent. Passes. Well, play Fists of Suns. Play Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Pass the turn. I mean, this is it. We have Fists of Suns to cast Emrakul next turn. And that should be the game. If our opponent can, like, mill Grizzlebrand or Emrakul here. Alright, no mill from Iskanta. Oh boy, Faithless Looting, please no. Please no. Grizzlebrand. Oh my god. It's happening. Oh. Well, I mean, that's that. Huh. Well, we had, I mean, really the fastest hand that our deck can provide. And it was not as fast as our opponent's hand. Yeah, there's Nourishing Shoal, there's the drawing. At this point, with this many draws, I don't think it's very unlikely that our opponent can fizzle. Nourishing Shoal to 19. Yeah, this lets them draw their entire deck. Well, I mean, that's Fist of Suns, boys and girls. Well, we're going to have something to talk about in the wrap-up, that's for sure. We finished with a 2-3. Good God, this league. Oh, huh. Well, yeah. All right, we'll talk about it in the wrap-up. I'm not even sure what to say about this one. I feel like we were, like, right on the cusp of having a 4-1. The last matchup, that's just modern. That's modern. That's what you sign up for. You play against a lot of broken decks, and when those broken decks do their thing well, they just kill you on turn 2 or turn 3. The downside of a deck like Grizzlebrand is it's pretty inconsistent, and when it gets disrupted, or it doesn't get its nut draw, then it just doesn't really do anything. It's just full of fluffy cards that don't really progress the game in a meaningful way. But we got to see the power of it from our opponent there. They just had the absolute ideal draws 100% of the time. But, alright, well, we'll talk about it in the wrap-up. So what do we learn this week about Fists of Suns in Modern? And oh my goodness. So that league, technically we finished with a 2-3, but it was a super interesting league. So we started off good, beating Green-Black, beating Jund. Then we played Control, and we were incredibly close to winning that game. We had everything we needed for a really fast Emrakul. After winning game 1, this was in game 2 or game 3, well, I think it was 2. We had everything we needed to win the game, but a single color of mana. We kept getting that 5th color of mana with Utopia Sprawl, but then our opponent would Cryptic our land, so we would lose the Utopia Sprawl. So we were a fetch land away from beating the Control deck, although we ended up not pulling it off. And then against Hollow One, I guess I just kind of did what Hollow One does, which is randomly draw and discard cards. And at the time, it felt like maybe if they had drawn and discarded a little bit less well, we would have won those games. They had some good running, I think, with Burning Inquiries and stuff. But still, we were competitive in that matchup, and it felt like we were really close to winning. So the only match I felt like we didn't really stand a chance in was the last match against Grizzlebrand, and that's Grizzlebrand. When they get their good hands, they're going to beat just about any deck in the format, assuming you don't have Graveyard Hate randomly. So that's what we ran into. They killed us on turn 2 after discarding the hand size on turn 1 and not playing a land, and then they killed us on turn 3 the next game when we had the turn 4 kill. So that's Modern. Sometimes decks are really fast to do really powerful things that are hard to interact with. So anyway, all that to say, I felt like our 2 and 3, we were super close to having at least a 3-2 and maybe even a 4-1. So we were right on the edge of posting a significantly better record because the only match we really got crushed in was the Grizzlebrand match. So as far as the deck, discounting the record, forgetting that for the moment, it does some really good things, but we also kind of saw the downside. The upside of this deck is we're pretty good at getting an Emrakul or some other really big thing by like turn 4, maybe turn 3 if we're lucky. Our fast mana, all the ramp cards really helps there, plus they can chump block later. So our deck does powerful things, and it does powerful things quickly. That's the upside. The downside, we ran into kind of two problems. One is, like we talked about a little bit, we are playing a 5-color deck, and even with Birds of Paradise and Utopia Sprawl and Arbor Elves and all this stuff, we still have games where we just don't hit that color of mana, and some of our ramp is odd. Like, Arbor Elf is very good at ramping, but it's not really that good at fixing colors like Birds of Paradise is. Same with Utopia Sprawl. You have some really weird decisions to make with the deck if you're playing Utopia Sprawl on turn 1. So if we don't draw a Pentad Prism, which is one of our most important cards, we can struggle to have the 5 colors of mana we need for Fists of Suns. The other problem we ran into sometimes was a traditional ramp problem, where we had a couple games where we just drew all mana and just never found a finisher. We had a game where we had 15 mana on the battlefield on turn 4, enough that we could have actually hardcast an Emrakul, which is something I didn't think this deck could do. But we just never found anything big to play, and eventually, all the mana in the world doesn't save you when you're getting beaten down by a Hollow One or whatever it was. So those were kind of the issues we ran into. As far as improvements to the deck, as much as it pains me to say this, I'm not sold on Thran's Temporal Gateway to put planeswalkers into play and fabricate to tutor things up. I think that maybe the deck would just be better if instead of going on the backup plan of Thran's Temporal Gateway, we cut the planeswalkers, cut the Thran's Temporal Gateway, and just use Through the Breach as a backup, maybe add in a couple more copies as a backup to put Emrakul into play, because while the planeswalkers are fine, and we did play them sometimes, the thing our deck does that makes us win games is put an Emrakul into play on turn 3, on turn 4, and I feel like we want to maximize our odds of doing that, so maybe more ways to cheat Emrakul into play and cut some of the other stuff. The downside is, that stuff's really spicy. One of the appeals of this deck is, you're playing Ugin, you're playing Nicol Bolas, and Thran's Temporal Gateway, all these crazy cards that don't see play in other decks. So, at risk of removing the spiciness of the deck, I think it would probably be a little bit more competitive if it was just Fist of Suds, Through the Breach, Emrakul's into play, drop the Planeswalkers, and the Thran's Temporal Gateway. But regardless, I felt like the deck is pretty competitive. It isn't going to be everything, but it does have the ability to beat basically any deck in the format, and that's the upside of playing a deck like Fist of Suns, is when you are doing your thing, there's not many decks that actually can stop what you're doing. Like your turn 3 Emrakul doesn't really care what your opponent's playing. Are they aggro, control, combo? It's all the same to Emrakul when it comes down on turn 3 or turn 4. So that's the upside of a deck like this, is you get a very strong nut draw, and you don't really care that much about the matchups when you're doing your thing, but the cost of that is you don't really get to interact. You can't thought seize your opponent, you can't kill their stuff, so you're basically just trying to goldfish and race, which is why I think maximizing the odds of Through the Breach as a backup to Fist of Suns might be the right way to go, because we're not playing a fair game. We can't really play a fair game with this deck. I guess outside of just like hardcasting a Wormcoil or Primeval Titan, which is pseudo-fair, but you know what I'm saying. We're not really a fair, interactive, deal with what our opponent's doing, back and forth game of Magic type of deck. So I think that maybe that's why Through the Breach is the ideal option over Thran's Temporal Gateway, but overall, the deck was sweet, it was fun. I was a little disappointed we didn't pull off at least one more win, but still, we did some really cool things, and we were really, really close to posting a solid record. So anyway, that's been Fist of Suns. That's been our Much Abrew for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.